Figaro and the Great Polen War. It was a glorious Friday morning, the kind of day that makes a cat's whiskers tingle with excitement. My name is Figaro, and I am the gray-brown tabby king of this castle. Usually, my best friend Fatima is here to give me the world-class ear scratches I deserve, but today she was off at her day program. Her father, Levent, was busy at work too. That left just me and Mama Golson to supervise the house. I trotted over to the big glass door and gave a very polite, regal meow. In cat speak, that translates to, "Mother, the sun is calling, and I must answer." Mama Golson looked up from her coffee and smiled. She knew exactly what I wanted. She walked over to the sliding door to let me out onto my favorite place in the world, our big, beautiful deck. As the door swished open, I prepared to leap onto the wood with grace. But I stopped midair. Something was terribly wrong. My beautiful gray deck wasn't gray anymore. It was covered in a thick, fuzzy layer of bright yellow dust. It looked like a giant bowl of lemon sprinkles had exploded over every single inch of the floor, the table, and even my favorite swinging chair. I cautiously poked one paw onto the deck. Crunch. The yellow stuff felt very tickly between my toes. I took one curious sniff and then, achoo! My whole body jolted so hard my tail puffed up. Then came another one. Achoo! Achoo! The yellow dust was flying into the air, and my royal nose was definitely not a fan of these lemon sprinkles. I turned back to Mama Golson and let out a series of very loud, dramatic meows to report this disaster. I held up one paw, which was now tipped in yellow, and gave it a disgusted lick. Mama Golson chuckled and shook her head. "Don't worry, Figaro," she said. She went to the garage and returned, holding a long, red machine. I knew what that was. It was the scary, loud monster. Vroom! The red monster began to roar. I didn't stick around to see the battle. I scrambled back inside, my claws skidding on the floor like I was on ice. I wasn't scared, of course. I just remembered I had very important, non-loud business to attend to in the other room while Mama Golson dealt with the yellow invaders. I found a very safe fortress under the big wooden sofa in the living room. From the shadows, I could hear the whirr and whoosh of the monster outside. I kept my eyes wide and my belly low to the ground. I waited and waited until finally the roaring stopped and the world went quiet and peaceful again. "All clean, Figaro," Mama Golson called out. I crept back to the glass door. The yellow dust was a memory. The deck was a beautiful clean gray again, and the table and chairs were sparkling in the afternoon sun. Mama Golson stood there with her hands on her hips, looking like a hero who had just won the Great Polen War. Later that afternoon, the front door opened and my favorite person, Fatima, came home. I ran to greet her, my tail held high like a victory flag. Mama Golson met her at the door with a big smile, telling her all about our morning adventure and how we had defeated the yellow dust monster to make the deck ready for her. I led Fatima right out to our sparkling kingdom. She moved her wheelchair into her favorite sunny spot near the flowers. She reached down and gave me a big, wonderful cuddle, and I purred so loud I almost sounded like the leaf blower. But much cuter. It was a perfect Friday, after all. No more sneezes, no more monsters, just me and my best friend in the sun,